Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Crochet and Craft Studio. I'm Lisa. Good to see you. I'm sure most of you know me at this point. I'm practicing for when more people are on here that I do not know, which will be probably soon. How are you guys doing? Good, miss you. COVID has kept us all apart. Womp womp. That's okay. We're handling it. I think we're figuring it out, slowly but surely. Say hi from where you are when you jump on. I missed you. I'm actually watching on my phone and on my iPad, so I can see more of your comments is the hope, so I don't miss them. Yeah, so what is this thing that you've been added to? Woohoo! Maybe I have grandiose ideas. I don't know. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, see, that way I don't miss comments. Because I feel like there's a big lag. Yeah, alright, so what is this? This is going to be a place for us to come together and hang out with like-minded crafters. It's to relax. I'm not trying to create a whole bunch more noise. I feel like there's a lot of that. But it is going to be a place that we can share photos of your projects, not just mine, because I get into a lot of a lot of stuff all at once. Like I'll have an upstairs project, a car project, and a downstairs project. That's normal. That's totally normal. So you guys can see what I'm getting into. I want to see what you're getting into. So we don't have to be so alone in our crafting. I feel like that tends to be, we get in our own little spaces and then we're just by ourselves. And crafting should be shared, I think. So I'm here to share with you. And I'd like for you to share with me. Even if it's not crochet stuff, that's okay. I like it all. I like all the stuff. I have a big bookshelf full of other crafty stuff that I haven't touched since we moved in here. Oops. But I'm not going to give it away. I can't handle that. Not doing that. What this is not going to be is a place where I'm selling stuff. Because I can't handle that. I probably won't even sell my projects. I like to donate them out. And we can talk a little bit more about that on other lives that we do. I'm not pushing specific products, like not specific brands of things. I don't want to just be someone who advocates for a specific brand and type of yarn. I think that's not fair. Because there's so many different worlds that yarn encompasses. You know what I mean. We're not doing pranks or gags. I see a lot of like couples doing those. I think they all got really popular during the shutdown. So we're not doing that. And it's just me and my yarn and you. It's going to be great. I will not be getting all dolled up. Like I see a lot of ads and a lot of lives. People are all dolled up doing stuff, and I'm not about that. This is me. So when you meet me in real life, you'll, oh yeah, that's Lisa. That's her. No filters, no crazy stuff. Can't handle that. I'm not. These lives are supposed to be something that I can do while I'm crocheting, so I don't feel so alone in my own craft, which will be great. And that you can play while you're crafting, so you don't feel so alone. How nice. I've been doing that a lot too. I've been watching a few other crocheters while I crochet. Almost on repeat. I'm a weirdo. yeah, it's not a beauty contest, and we're not, like, we're crafting. I'm not here to, like, prove anything. I'm going to be learning along with you, which is going to be fun. And I'm just a normal person. Cool. There's a couple of things that I'm wanting to do with this page too. Like, there are some crochet alongs that I think will be really fun to do. It's not necessarily something I'm making. Like, it's not my own personal project that I made up, and I'm gonna have you guys make it, and I'll make it along with you. It's made up by someone else who I'm making it along with them and their group, and I can share that if you guys would like. I was thinking about sharing some websites that have free patterns, so you guys don't have to be buying things all the time. Crochet stuff is generally, especially like the knowledge and like the learning of it, is very free, very cheap. The most expensive part will be your yarn, which I also want to post on here when I see good yarn sales too. Because when you first start out, you don't know what a good sale actually is. Believe that or not. I hear that a lot more at work, like from my customers when I'm ringing people out. They talk about it was 20% off. I'm like, well, it's still 80% on. Say that again for the people in the back. Websites for patterns. There are a few really great tutorials that I can post on here if you want. It's not me. If you guys really want me to do a tutorial for you, I can try to figure out how to do that. But I don't know. I'm an okay teacher. I wouldn't say I'm great. I wouldn't say I'm good. I'm okay. I'm patient. That makes for a good teacher, I guess. I can share with you some of my favorite patterns. I have a few in my arsenal that I really like, and I'm thinking maybe later on down the road we could do some like day outs, so we can all meet up at a place like Panera or something and hang out and just all crochet together or craft together, whatever it is that you are doing. But yeah, I want to know what other things that you would like to see or do on this page, because I'm happy to oblige within reason. But yeah, I'm just sitting here hanging out with my yarn. I wanted a little project that I could just take my brain out and do. This yarn was donated. This is Vicky yarn. So I'm trying to use it. There's a lot of it. I've got this one and another one about the same size. This is as big as my head. And before the shutdown, I panic purchased a little over $60 in yarn. And during it, I ordered more. These ones right here, these two colors. But that was for a blanket, a specific blanket that I had in mind. So, yeah, I'm hanging out. Here I am. Hello, hello. I think this might be just like a weird time to try to get on and crochet with you guys, I feel like. But that's alright. We're just here hanging out. I'm trying not to be alone. Noelle, what you got going on, girl? You're probably working from home right now. Probably crashing your at-home date. It's alright. Yeah, I like this double video thing. This is nice. That way I'm not missing anything. I'll make sure I can see all your stuff if you have questions. But that's kind of it. It's just going to be me hanging out with my yarn. I'm going to try to keep this PG-13. You know, for the young'uns. That way you can play it live, out loud. You don't have to worry about inappropriateness. Good luck, everybody. But cool. Feel free to share as well. I'm not going to invite a whole bunch of people. I invited a few people that I knew would be like, alright, cool beans, let's get up in here and hang out. But I wasn't trying to invite my whole friends list, because that's just rude. I'm working from home, but I took a break to crochet a Father's Day thing. Oh, yay! What are you making? Oh, is it a secret? If it's a secret, you don't have to tell. Oh, good. If it gets to a certain point, I can start like designating a time that I go live. That way you guys can hang out with me for real. I almost wanted to like purge this room. It's mostly wedding stuff. But I wanted to purge this room to rearrange it so it could be more of a, yeah, I'm calling this thing a studio, but I'm sitting in my guest room, but that's okay, because one day it will be a studio. One day I will be paid to just crochet all day. That would be cool. Dreams. Oh, cozy thing. I doubt Jason will join this group. Oh yeah, I don't think he'll join this. Although Jason does surprise me with how knowledgeable he is of my goings-ons. That's a word. I'm always impressed when people that I wouldn't expect to like something on my Facebook page. That blows my mind. That's really fun. I want to see photos. Will you post a photo on the page to see what you're doing? And I don't think this isn't going to be so huge where people start hater-rating everything. So and I think we'll stay small enough for long enough we won't get a lot of spam or junk either, which will be nice. I think that happens when like you hit 1,000 or 1,000,000 people or something. I know that's a big jump, but yes, thanks. Yay! Yeah, this is coming along. This will be a little donation baby blanket that I'm making. I have a stack of them, but I don't know when I will be able to actually donate stuff yet. Yeah, when that's going to be able to happen. That's okay. So I'm hoping this stays like a relaxing, fun place. I'm going to do my best to keep it relaxed, because getting dolled up for 2 hours to jump on for an hour seems a little silly. That seems like too much on my part. But you're welcome to add anybody to the page who you think would, you know, like this sort of thing. Just hanging out. Learning together. Yeah, I made a mess of all of this. I made a mess of this yarn, but I carried it all upstairs because Phil was on a call. He's been working from home the whole time. Thank you, Jesus. I've gone back to work. Very minimally, though. I'm trying to keep that number of hours that we're in the store per day pretty low, because it's really overwhelming. It's like Christmas out there, guys. And you're by yourself. Which is different when you're working it alone and not shopping. There we go. Alright, I'm figuring it out. Hooky ducky, hooky ducky. Yes, yes. Cool. I thought this looked really complicated, but it's not. It's several different little dudes. So I'm joining a crochet along. One of the crocheters that I watch to keep me company while I crochet and craft. They are doing a blanket that they made up, and it's really textured and really intermediate, easy intermediate, so don't be intimidated. And it takes 2 skeins, so like that's a skein, this is a skein, that's a skein. 2 skeins of yarn in 4 colors. So 8 skeins, 8 balls of yarn total. And they are using Red Heart with Love. I'm going to use my Caron 1-pounders because I only need to use 1 ball of that, and I already have it. And I may or may not have impulse purchased 2 more balls of each color that was on a clearance sale. I've never done a crochet along. I want to, but I'm always afraid I'll just get way behind. So good news. It looks pretty simple because it's a granny square blanket. For those of you who do not know, do I have a granny square example? I think I do. Like this. So these are all granny squares that are joined together. This one is 1 square that is worked in the round constantly. Like you don't flip it over like you normally do in projects when you crochet. Or, no, knit, you don't. I don't know much about knitting. What am I saying? It's 5 weeks long, I think, maybe a little bit more. And every week they send you the next part of the pattern, so no one can get ahead of anybody else, which is cool. I'm on board for that. And it starts July 13th. That's a Monday. You may want to check it out. I can put the link on here for you if you guys would like that. It's free to do. It's an email that you get, so you don't have to join on with anybody else. It's at your own pace, and it goes for 5 weeks, I think. But there's a lot to do in each one, which is why it's 5 weeks. So July, and in August, after it's all over, they're going to be doing a drawing for a bag. So a free bag, which is kind of cool. I was thinking, no way, I can't do a granny square thing right now. But that doesn't sound as... It's not as bad. There's some new... it looks really cool when it's donezo. And I think any color combinations are going to look just fine. And on the email that you get confirming that you are in it, like confirming that you are a part of the crochet along, then they have a couple examples on there for you too of different color combinations that you can do. You can purchase the yarn if you want to from Yarnspirations. There's actually even a coupon code that you can use. I know. Holy moly. It's like they're doing their best to keep it at a certain price point. And you can probably just use the yarn that you have on hand, which is nice. I like that. Yes, you can't post pictures on a live. I wish we could. That would be like the coolest. Somebody tell Facebook. Figure it out, Facebook. Steve Jobs style. Here's what I want to do. Make it happen. I'll put my granny square project on the page. Oh, yay. I love it. Yes. I would post the projects that I have finished, but I already have an album of those on my personal page. So I feel like that might be overdoing it. I don't want to gunk it up with stuff I've already made you guys all look at. Put some new stuff on there, I think would be good. Yeah, I just kind of finished a granny square myself. And I never really want to do them again. But then, like, I'll get inspired by a certain square. Inspiration. It knocks me down every time. um, but this one, it's just the one square that you keep building on, and you never have to join anything. Then I'm on board for that. And it has some new stitches that I haven't done before, and I was afraid to try. And I think there are some tutorials that go along with it. So each week there's a tutorial for what you're going to be doing, which is awesome. So if you need charts, I think there's charts. If you need words, there's words. And if you just need the pattern, there's the pattern, which is really nice. Or that's kind of what I'm gathering from what I've researched about this. There was a crochet along during the meltdown, during the shutdown, and I was actually too intimidated by it, but this one doesn't seem scary to me, which that's saying something. I think I don't want to do too hard of stuff because I'm in the middle of a really hard project, which I will show you guys later, probably my next live. Maybe this weekend? Maybe this weekend. I'll show you. We'll see. We'll see what's up. But I'm excited for this one. Excited enough I told Phil about it. So that's saying something too. It's kind of fun. I feel like I'm making all these weird decisions right now. Like making all these choices about a wedding from afar and like via email, and I'm just glad I know how to use my words. Describing how you want your save the date to look, even though you really don't care. So I'm in the middle of that a little bit. Oof. Yeah, I highly recommend the crochet along because this is going to be so much fun to like learn how to do all sorts of different types of stitches, and you can learn probably your favorite one. And if you need help getting started, that's what I'm here for. It's kind of nice. Yeah, you know, when you almost tell the husband, I know, and then I like admitted that I bought more yarn, which I didn't. I wouldn't normally do that. Apparently our premarital counseling is working. Yeah, so I wouldn't normally admit that I bought more yarn. Not that I like hide that by any means, because I'm good enough at money management. Thank you, Andy Miller. Thank you, one of my big brothers. Yeah, so I'm good enough at money management that I'm not too worried about all of that. What do I do at the end here? What did I do? I haven't worked on this long enough. I've been working on a much harder project. You'll see and you'll understand. It's still a secret, so don't put it on blast. Okay. Did I crochet 2? Is it 2? I think it's 2. I'm gonna do 2. I'll rip it out later if I don't like it. Yeah, so as you're going through and learning, that's what this page is kind of for. Those who can, and then those who are trying to can. I totally get it. It's very okay. It's here for help. That's what I want this to be. Oh man, same. What's going on in that box? Oh, I forgot to take it. It's yours. Yeah. Do you know what was really great though? I went to Joann's. What was I looking for? I don't even remember. And I came back really quickly and I didn't buy anything. I know. I didn't buy anything. What? It's unheard of. Yep, didn't buy anything. Walked out of there scot-free. And Phil turned around and looked at me when I got in the door and he's like, "What? You're back already? Oh my god, you didn't buy anything? Holy moly." Because normally I walk in and I've got those big, huge bags and there's like 2 or 3 of them. Well, in the dark... when the clearance yarn is like $1.47, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my cart. That's okay. That's fine. Because some of this yarn is like $12 a bundle. Skein, ball, however you feel. The bigger the better. I know. And and you need like 6 for a blanket. And that's for a little guy, not even a one that fits under your feet and comes up to your face. Or covers your arms and your legs. So, people don't quite get it. So I like to try to keep it as cheap as possible, especially if I'm just donating everything. Which actually, fun fact, crocheting and knitting is up there too. It's like the #1 craft that people just give away. Like those who are crocheters, tend to donate and give away their projects the most instead of selling them. Isn't that neat? I found that to be neat. So, to give you, I'll just come clean. The big 1-pounders, let me get this little guy out of the way. The big 1-pounders are what I am going to use for my crochet along. These are normally like $10 to $12 depending on where you're purchasing, and I got them for $5, which is the lowest price that I've seen. Normally, and I explained this to Phil too, is the lowest price that I've seen since Black Friday. Memorial Day weekend they had them for about that same price. But $6.99 isn't cheap enough for me for this guy. And we can compare the size. This is like a Red Heart pretty standard size. They're different. Look at that. That's so much more yarn. Okay, some people like numbers. Let's talk about numbers. Alright, so the 1-pound yarn is 812 yards. And these guys I think are three something. Hold on, let me get it the right way. Yeah, 364. Yeah, see? Yeah, so now you know $5. The $5 mark is the best deal. $6.99. They go to $6.99 a lot, and I'm not a fan. I like the $5 mark. But the Joann coupons that I get in the mail, I will definitely take photos of them and post them on here for you to use. Sometimes Joann gets real excited and they just send me a special coupon in an actual envelope with my name on it. That was exciting. That was an exciting day. But when I see the clearance yarn for $1.47, because normally these are the price of yarn went up. $3.29, and then they go on sale for $2.97. So when they're $1.47, I get real excited. I throw a bunch in my cart. I get to the register, and instead of having like buyer's remorse, I'm having like, uh-oh, I should have got another cart full remorse. Because I know that the deal that I'm actually getting. The trouble with getting the clearance yarn is a lot of times those are going to be discontinued colors. So if you try to color match later on and you want to do a big blanket with some, then you get stuck with just the colors that you have in your stash. So there's that. Oof. Yikes. I don't know, it's kind of the risk that I don't mind taking, especially since I buy like that blue and white one. Like that'll make one blanket for me, but I don't make the bigger blankets usually. The one I made for Emily and her son Miles. Oh, that was a special case, and I actually bought a little extra yarn for that, and that used, like 3 of each color, and I did 3, yeah, so 9 skeins of that. One more, 4 of the white. Oop. Oh well. Yes, a lesson I learned. I normally don't. I like multiples, so I normally don't just buy one. And which you can kind of tell. I think you can tell. Oopsie poopsies. I like the multiples, so when I don't just buy the one, I buy 2. I'm learning I should just buy 4, because I'm noticing more and more that I have to incorporate more colors to finish it. Oops. Oh well. So this is already fun. I'm already having a good time. Playing with my yarn, hanging out, enjoying it. Yeah, I enjoy it until Phil comes upstairs. But he should be working. He works, so from about 8 to about 4 o'clock, which is fine. Except for I need to be quiet. I'm really happy the gym's open, so then, you know, at 4 o'clock I can mosey downstairs and start making some noise. He's not particular about it. I just try to be respectful, because I know I'm a big distraction, even though I'm just in the room. Ooh, so distracting. Oh, tricky. It's coming along. Hanging out. So I was trying to be a nice person. You know, the road is paved with good intentions. And I was trying to make these, like the ear saver straps. Oh, okay, so I made a little over 20 of them. And could have been a few weeks ago too. And they're just sitting here. I haven't put buttons on them yet. I had the idea of doing 2 buttons on either side. That way you can like super make it the size that you need it, which is nice. But I put 2 buttons on one to try it out for myself, because, you know, I should be nice and try it first and see what works. And then, you know, as crafters, we need to find the mistake and be able to adjust accordingly and correct that mistake. And that's okay. Nobody's perfect. We're not trying to be perfect here. Because I can't handle that. So I tried it out, and I'm like, oh, this is great, except for putting these buttons on is so daunting. And really, I should just grow up and do it. But I have a bunch sitting here. Here, I'll show you my little basket. It's my scrap basket. I need a home for him. Her. So I made a bunch of these little guys. They're super cute. I tried to make them in fun colors that, you know, just people would like. And, putting the buttons on just feels like a lot of work. Making them is nothing. That's a cinch. I did that in a couple hours, like an hour. Yeah, I made a whole bunch in like an hour. But the buttons, can someone else put my buttons on for me? Jeez. Ugh. It's not as bad as connecting granny squares, though. I will say that. It's not as bad. But maybe if I had a different tool. I put in here, I have like my thing with needles and actual thread. But I was trying to do it with like yarn. Ta-da! But my yarn threader is, or a yarn needle. This is a yarn needle. So this part was too big to fit through the buttonholes. Great. Perfect. Perfect. So this part went through just fine. And I don't normally use, these come in plastic and they come in metal. This one is metal. I don't normally use metal ones, but I'm really glad I did because I would have broken my plastic ones. Plastic and metal ones work exactly the same. These ones are just more sturdy. That's all. That's all. Oh yeah. See, it feels like a studio when I'm just sitting here. When we get stuck on projects, we can just pass them around for someone else to do the hard part. Yes! Oh, yes! I like that. Can we just do that? Because sometimes people like to do the one thing that you don't like to do. You know what I mean? Normally I'm that person. I'm usually the person who likes the dumb stuff. Like stuffing envelopes. I really like doing that. I enjoy that. Or licking the envelope. I'll do that all day. I'm not worried about that. That taste doesn't bother me none. So a lot of people don't like that. So like putting together these wedding invitations is going to be nothing. Not a problem. But ugh, I don't know about handwriting people's addresses. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that. But I have already had someone who volunteered to do that for me. Look at that. I know. I'm a big advocate of like just put it out there. Put it out into the universe and quantum physics will bring it to you. Yeah, I pray for a lot of things too. Let's be real. But longing, when you long for something in the right way, it'll start coming to you. It's really cool. So, I think The Secret is what it's called on Netflix. I think it's still on Netflix too. It's called The Secret, and it talks a lot about that. Which I had actually learned many moons ago, probably in 2010, 2011-ish. I learned that the whole longing, it's visualizing it and it will come to you sort of thing. But I like that, Noelle, for sure. Just mail it off. Someone else will do the hard part. So these buttons on. Here are the buttons. I bought them already. Well, it's different, you know. It's like people sending me yarn to make something. Heck yeah, I'll do that. But yeah. So, wearing masks doesn't particularly bother me. Finding a mask that fits is a little tricky. I have a little face, turns out. Oof. So, like, the grown-up ones tend to, like, cover, and then they're, like, too loose on the sides, so they're, like, sticking out and doing weird stuff. And the little kid ones tend to fit my face a little better. But they're not that bad to wear for me. I'm not really seeing the problem. It physically and literally costs me nothing to wear a mask. I'm not really going to get into that, and I don't think that we should either. But my whole point of bringing it up was it's making my face break out. And I feel like the mask is stealing all the moisture out of my skin. So I'm having a hard time staying moisturized, even though I feel like that's all I'm doing lately. It's crocheting and washing, or I guess I could wash my face a little bit more, but my goodness, these masks are just sucking all the moisture out of my face, and I already had very little to start with because I barely drink water. Blech. And this is not coffee in my cup, this is tea. I've graduated from coffee today to tea. I thought it unwise to start drinking wine just yet. Ugh. It's fine. I might have lost my brain a little bit in Kroger yesterday, and I bought a whole bunch of different 3 different teas. 2 I wanted to try. Cat's here. Hi, Cat. But this one is like a green tea with pomegranate. Light on the pomegranate. Ugh. It's mostly green tea. But I read something about green tea being something. So I jumped on board. Yeah, I feel like I need to just get somebody to do these buttons for me, because I'm never going to get them out otherwise. Never going to get them to the hospitals otherwise. It's looking like it's going to be a really good storm here. Woo! How long have we been doing this? Does it tell me how long I've been on? I feel like I stopped going live when I cooled my jets on the makeup stuff, and now I can't. I know, I'm glad I did that though, because now I'm really comfortable going live. I'm not afraid to be on this side of the camera anymore, which is nice. But Cat's here to say hi. Want to see him? Hi, Cat. He's hanging out. He usually sleeps where I'm sitting. Apparently his spot looked really nice, so I took it. Oops. Oh well. But I've been doing a really good job of not just buying stuff to buy stuff. I'm kind of in the mindset, if it's not for a wedding and it's not yarn, then I'm not buying it, which I think is fair. And never during this shutdown did I get bored. I was a little lost some days, emotionally on one foot rather than two, but I never was bored, that's for sure. Oh. And lately, I've been doing a great job of waking up at 5 a.m., staying up, making coffee, cleaning around a little bit, doing perhaps a little chore, doing some yoga, watching the sunrise, watering my flowers outside. I think gardening right now has been really nice. I will say, if it wasn't there last year, it's not there this year. Besides the potted tomato plants and potted lettuce that Phil's mom brought over for us, which I really like. And I ended up deciding I like that lettuce so much that I split it. Well, I'm trying to split it. I put it in 2 different pots so I can make more. Because I've been eating the heck out of some salads. I was looking up different salad recipes. They're all kind of the same stuff, it seems. But I'm sure I'll make it my own soon. Okay. 2. See, it's fun when people get on and say hi. Not alone. What am I doing? Get it together. Yeah. So I can do some videos if you guys want of like what some of these definitions are and stuff like that. Oh dang, I forgot to water my plants. This is why I can't keep plants alive. Yeah, so I've been trying to water them every day. Some days I do a really good job, and I do it in the morning before it gets really hot, so around like, 6:30, 7 a.m. And then again in the afternoon, so after it's not hot anymore, like 7 or 8 p.m. I'm doing a great job of that, but some of them are still kind of turning yellow, which is like a sign of too hot. They're getting too hot during the day. But I can't move them because they're planted. I'm not trying to do all that. Except for the potted ones, the tomatoes. One of the tomatoes I can move, but I don't know, they say they like a lot of sun, and I'm like, okay, cool, prove it. Because I got a lot of sun in this spot. Like, the sun comes up, and you're getting blasted all day long, which is tricky. But as the coffee gets made, I go outside and water the plants a little bit. But not today. Today I did not. Because yesterday I saw a little kitty, and so did Cat. And Cat had a little mini meltdown. And I didn't go back outside since. Bummer. Guess my plants are gonna die because there's a stray cat outside. And I know I sound callous about it now, but oh my gosh, that little kitty was so cute. He would have just fit in my little hands. And he's all gray. Come and get him. Someone come and adopt him. It's real friendly. Real cute. Need somebody to love. And I know he's still out there too, because during my Bible study today, I was looking out I just noticed out the corner of my eye this little gray go right across my neighbor's porch. So it's still out there. Just come and get it. It's a free cat. Yeah, the potted plants are really tricky. You gotta really be on them. But, oh, I got some yarn barf. Yes. Yarn barf. When you pull from the center and it goes. I prefer to pull from the center when I receive yarn. I don't like the unraveling on the outside of it. And I don't like balling my yarn either. The only reason these little guys are in balls because they're like the leftover bits. Because I don't particularly like when they look like this either. But that's just big enough not for me to call a scrap. Maybe later I will get a little more snooty in my yarn scrapping. But we'll see. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a sad day. So I'm glad I'm doing this because today was the last day of our Bible study. And that has been really fun for the last 6 weeks. Yeah, it's been real fun. There's another one coming up if you guys want to join. Good news, it's free. Free is for me. That is for sure. Yeah, I like when stuff is free. You know what I really like? Squishy mail. I might have to show or take pictures and show you of when my yarn gets here. Eek. Should be tomorrow. I've been tracking it like a hawk. Even Phil knows squishy mail. Sometimes it comes in a box though. It doesn't squish when it's in a box. Oh, okay. So I ordered these 2 colors. And they look really the same on the camera here. So check this out. Oh, I grabbed from this one. This one's the same one. So this color and this color. So one is carrot. The other is coral. And when I opened the box, I would have sworn that they were the same color. Now I'll put your hook down and go water your plants.
You making a video?
Yeah, I'm live. You want to come play?
Nope.
Okay.
What's your marble team? Midnight Wisps?
Yes. Does that start today?
Yeah, the qualifiers.
So we watched the Marble Olympics. Oh, good. Good, good. Now you're no more dead plants for... Aw, he just went downstairs. I just missed it. 1, 2. He just stopped up here to ask me what my Marble Olympic team is. I chose the Midnight Wisps, and Phil is the O-Rangers. Oh yeah, so I was showing you this yarn. So I opened the box and I was like, oh my god, did they send me all the same? Because I got 3 of each color. And Phil was like, oh no, they're different. I can see the difference. And I'm like, oh my god. This is like talking about shades of peach. And you can see the difference between these two? Because in some light, these legit look the same. And they might look the same to you. But in real life, they are very similar also. There is a very slight difference. So the qualifiers for the Marble Olympics is today. Yeah. That's a thing. It's actually interesting to watch. But, like, you can't crochet while you watch it. You have to watch it. It also is real nap-inducing. So, be ready. And if you're too drunk, it is also motion sick forming. It will induce some motion sickness if you're not careful. One time I ordered the same color and they were not from the same lot. Ooh, ouch. That's a bummer, man. And something happened to one that made it look purple instead of gray. But I didn't even notice until I finished. Oh, no, that's the worst. Not only was it awful, but then it became really bad, and then it just went, oof. Oof. Wait, did you frog it? Did you frog it? Or did you leave it? Was it a gifty? Was it a gifty blanket? Or just a you blanket? Sometimes that makes a difference. Oh, it barfed again. Okay, this is the barf. I like when it does that. It doesn't bother me at all. That is so hard. So the dye lot being different is very similar, for those who don't know, it's very similar to when like you order a bridesmaid's dress and one girl orders it later and then in all of your photos she has a different color, a different shade of peach, if you will. Very similar to that. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you for real don't notice until your blanket is done or until you've used the majority of it and you look at it in a certain light. So that's a thing that happens. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I left it. Good for you. It was a baby gift from my friend's first baby. Oh, but it had already been a week since. Yeah, so. A week since she had the baby, I didn't know what to do. Yeah, I gave it to her anyway. For sure. Because I don't know, I feel like that blanket's gonna get so beat up. Shoot, I guess at this point you could probably make her another one. And that way it becomes like a keepsake or something. Some blankets I'm like, done, donezo. I don't ever want to look at this again. Get it out of here, but good for you leaving it. Staying strong. Nice. Do you think she noticed? I don't think she would notice. I feel like that's a thing like we notice. Am I drunk? What am I doing here? Hold on. Back it up. Who did what? What happened? I'm going to keep moving. It's not enough. Yeah, and if it's already past the time, like, not that a baby blanket has to be given to a mom before she has the baby. It's just kind of nice. He has more of this. Yeah, I'm sure, like, the first time mommies probably get a bunch of little blankies, right? I don't know. I wouldn't know. Another club I'm not in. That's fine. That's okay. They're done with my crochet. She didn't notice, but I told. Oh, you just straight up outed yourself. Not a girl. Well, that's you, though. That's very honest of you. I like to do that, too. Here's my mistake. Right in your face. I messed up. I'll fix it. It's fine. No, I won't. I've read a thing about, and I've seen this on quite a few different crochet pages that I'm on, that there's like an old wives' tale to like leave a mistake in your project so that way your soul can get out. That's a thing. Looking at a picture of it now, and I can't tell in the picture. I felt super apparent. Well, yeah, because it's, oh my gosh, in your face. And you're so, like, focused on it. For sure. And you spend so much time with these blankets. And when you're making them, you're really thinking about that person. So it feels like you're spending a lot of time with that person. Which can be a little much. Like, at the end of the day, this project I'm working on, not this project, the other project, my downstairs project apparently, I feel like I'm spending all this time with this person, and it's like, I really only talk to this person like twice a week. That's fine. That's fine. But it's a big old fat project, and I have made mistakes, and I feel like I'm not trapped in it. There is something to that saying, I feel like, just for me, like I'm not attached to that project. Once I give it to the person, and I know that there are mistakes in it, I feel like I'm not as attached to that project anymore, which is nice. Yeah, I just spent 6 months on a blanket for Jason. That's way too much time. Yeah. Oof. And now you're making him a Father's Day thing too? Like, come on, girlfriend. I don't think I've ever made Phil anything. Well, I did. I made Phil one thing. One. I made him a cover for his gear shift in his car. Because in the summertime, it gets real hot. So he puts a little cover over it. It's black and red, like the rest of my life. But don't you agree, like when you're making something for someone, that you really think about that person a lot and it feels like you're spending a lot of time with them? Because I do. I think that often. A lot. I feel like, let me get rid of some of this because blah blah blah. Making my phone run out of battery. I'm getting pretty low though. This spot is a great spot visually for you guys, but it's a tricky spot for me if I want to go live for very long. It's probably been a little while now. Hanging out. Well, thanks for joining me today. This was fun. Well, it was fun for me. But I hope this is like a fun relax page that we can talk about just enough stuff. You could just have it on in the background. 1, 2. Yeah, I like this. I like this so far. It's cute. It would make a really good pot holder too, I think. But that's just me. That'd be fun. You know what we could do, for those who don't know how to crochet, we could do a little class. We could start a little class together. And I could teach you over this. That would be fun. Yeah, thanks for joining me today. This was great. I have a little more battery left. We can hang out a little bit longer. Yeah, I thought this was going to be really tricky, but it's not. And a lot of these patterns, you'll find like they're just the same thing over and over and over again. Yay. There hasn't really been a time where I don't look at the project. I mean, I can chain some stuff without having to look at it, but there hasn't been really a pattern that I've come across where I can just flat out watch TV and not look at my project. I mean, I kind of can't, like the amount that you're watching me not look at it now is about the amount that I can tear my eyeballs away from what I'm doing. I don't know how grandmas did all that. I could sit there and not even look at it. And just whap, 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 whap. It is nice though that you can just bang out a bunch of little projects because crochet stuff is tends to be a lot quicker. That's why I like this a lot more. Yeah, I'm digging this. Am I doing it right? Am I right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you spend so much time with these Afghans and you're looking at them and just loving on them and they go everywhere that you go. At least mine do. You spend a lot of quality time with them. So it's a little tricky when you hand them off to someone. It feels some kind of way. Yeah. My favorite part is when you spend a week working on 3 rows, 5 rows, 3 rows, and then you rip them all out because you made a mistake. Super fun. That's for another time. We'll talk about that another day. Woo. But I'm excited for the crochet along. I think it will be cool. July is going to be a real fun month for me, it seems. Yeah, that's how it seems. The crochet along, new Bible study. Work's probably going to explode. Ooh. Get a lot of wedding stuff done in July too. We'll see. Like I'm just letting it hang. Ooh, just let it hang. What do I got? Jeez Louise. Yeah, it's coming along. A couple of rows. I might do this from bed next time. That way I can be on a little longer if you guys want. I don't know. I feel about an hour. It's about enough. For you. I don't know. I start crocheting and then it's like, Thursday. I don't feel like doing much anything else. Sit down and it's donezo. Get real good at just sitting. Put on something on Netflix and just power through 4 seasons of who knows what. I watched Sweet Magnolias. I thought that was really cute. It's a cute little show. I was not really a fan of Virgin River. I thought that was a little choppy. And I was not invested in the characters. I was invested in Sweet Magnolia characters. I thought that was really good. I also watched on Amazon Prime Homecoming. Oof, slow-paced show, but like the beats of that were really slow. But it was good. I liked the second season was really nice. It took me a minute to catch up in the second season, but I thought it was a good show. I liked that a lot. You know, these shows I watch in one day. It's fine. It's fine. Alrighty, I think I am going to head out. It has been a pleasure. Thank you for joining me. We will have to do this again in another couple days. Wait, what's today? Thursday? Yeah, so probably Saturday? Yeah. Shoot, I might go on Friday night depending on what the boys are going to do, if they're going to play video games or not all together. So, we'll see. Might be tomorrow. Look at that. But let me know what times are, you know, a little easier for you to watch. Where I can pop on for ya, with ya. Because it tends to be more fun for you guys too when you can chat with me instead of just me at you. Alright, you guys are the best. I will see you later. Thank you for joining me in my studio. And feel free to share, invite people in. I'm not going to invite any more people in, but you are welcome to do so. Please try to do so with their permission. You are also welcome to share this page on your page. Casey, bless you. That made my heart smile when I saw that. Thank you so much. I will see you guys later. Happy crafting. Thanks for joining me today. Bye, guys.